Welcome viewers, I'm RX Oliver, these are my friends. Today it is session 1 of Anthologies, Metanthropes, RPG. I'm here today with the A-team, Misters Chris, Ked and Martin, Miss Brutally Honest, and your your games master for the day, Mr. John Legitimate. So, without any further ado, let's do further. I will hand it over to Mr. John. Oh, before I do, let me remind viewers that there is a 5% discount on the metanthropes.com store using the RX5 discount code. That's a big R, little X5. RX5, that's your discount code. 5% off just for being an RX Oliver viewer. There you go, John. All yours, mate.
Thank you. So excited to play this first official session with this A-team that you have amassed for me. So thank you. How about we start with everyone saying a little bit about who they are playing today, just like a name and what they do, and through flashbacks and visions and other cool stuff, we shall get to know them today a little bit more. But let's start with Brew, my Discord camera's top left. Then with Chris, who are you playing today?
Enchanté, my name is Tina Bisou, and I am a food vlogger from France.
Amazing.
Excellent. How about you, Chris?
So I'm Hawk, the Sword Zoro. I am a retired wrestler. And yeah, I guess we'll find out the rest as we go.
Good. I like the message that's setting up. How about Oliver's character?
I'm playing today one Diego del Toro, also retired athlete. He was a football player, a professional football player, and then professional football coach, who mysteriously retired very suddenly.
And last but not least,
Yep, I'm playing Aurora Charming, who is a female dancer / dance teacher who likes flowers.
and I will welcome each of our protagonists. A few disclaimers before we start with the good stuff. The game, everything that you see on the VTT is on early access right now. You can check out with the code of RX5 at metanthropes.com/store to find anything that you see here in early access. As for me, as you might hear, I have an accent. I am Greek actually, and I will try to do my sort of impersonations and roleplay and accents maybe. So I guess apologies to anyone that might be offended by my roleplay. I'm not an actor. None of us here is. As far as I'm concerned, maybe someone has worked with actors for sure. So if you have a plug to plug in, by all means do so. But yeah, we've talked about roleplay and which are the no-go zones for us personally, but the content that we are gonna see and play today is intended for mature audiences. So content warning for the following concepts: violence, foul language, knives, guns, lightning, fire, death, mind controlling, mind reading, hearing spirits, hearing whispers, reality warping, turning into a tree, cosmic horrors, and of course breaking the fourth wall. If one of these concepts disturb you, that's a content warning right there. We're gonna have a few scheduled breaks, and today is the very first episode. I am truly honored to be joined by this amazing team that Oliver has produced for us. So go ahead and follow and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And I think that I'm ready to begin with the first cutscene to introduce both players and audience to what's going on over here. So, without further ado, let me change and activate a new scene. It's gonna load a bit, but when it does, you should be able to see a familiar planet rotating. So, I'm your host and narrator, John, and I would like to welcome you all to Metanthropes Anthologies Episode 1. In the vast totality that we know as the multiverse, there are countless versions of our beloved Earth spinning around itself, spinning around her bright soul in the middle of our corner in the galaxy, and everything is turning around a bigger, more dense and vast celestial body out there through supermassive through black holes. Then they rotate around supermassive black holes, and we see underneath all this madness and chaos and orderly fashion a little blue star rotating on itself. If we could pay absolute be very, very, very clear with what we see, we might see a few differences here and there, but for the purpose of this exercise, as it seems, we're not sure to which exactly version of the planet what we see. But by focusing on this rotating marble and the souls that exist within, we start to have some visions and flashes of vision. The flashes begin pretty calmly. We see a nice sunrise on a beach and the soft waves breezing on the shore. We see a beautiful sunrise on the Grand Canyon, illuminating all the rocks found there. We see birds waking up and flying from branches of trees and starting singing, and we also see people waking up in their homes, going preparing their coffees, running down the stairs, trying not to be late. Others waste a second or two to gaze upon the sun that is rising behind all the buildings, but some are just looking at their phones and rushing. And we do see the very first visitors of a dance club, a dance studio that I want Martin to join in and describe not your character, but rather a very personal and an image out of your character's life, which is a dance studio where your character teaches dance. So describe us, who are your early birds customers, a few flashes of vision of what we see, what type of stretching you do, and what type of dance or environment you have on your studio.
So it's not a big studio. It's just like a one-room studio with a little reception desk and like a bathroom area, because I'm the only teacher, because it's my own business. So yeah, if it's early morning, I do like an older person's kind of like exercise / dance class for like jazz aerobics type of thing for the older customers to limber up. Yeah, that's what I do. And my dance studio is called um, Venus Dance Studio.
Perfect. Then we move on. We see more things. We see more people waking up. We see televisions opening up, various channels flashing before our eyes. But we also see different types of entertainment, different types of channels. We see from the YouTube streamers types of content creators showing this all familiar subscribe, hit the notification bell. We see a few of those ends of clicks, and then we see the last minute or so the closing statement of Tina Misu's channel and what she has been tasting in this episode. So give us like how would be this final minute of your closing YouTube video.
Oh my, this is très magnifique. Oh, thank you for joining me again for a taste of Tina. This is Tina Misu signing off, and I will join you again next week. Mon chéri, take care.
Perfect. And then we move on to other images of planet Earth waking up, and at some corners of our world going to sleep. And we start to realize how vast it is, but then we're also reminded of how small and almost insignificant it is in the grand scale, that everything is turning around itself and around something that's much bigger than it. To what end, we don't know, but we do what we look this blue beautiful marble spinning around itself, and in the vast oceans of space we do feel more and connect more with people there, and we see through the lenses of technology, whether that would be far in the vastnesses and the stars of the sky, or in the microorganisms seen through medicine and organism multiplying, dichotomizing and spreading to others like bacteria. We see the earth taking the dead organisms found to the ground within it. We see a little bit of traction, friction on the roads, almost a car accident about to happen, then people yelling. We see some signs of conflict and unease, maybe some news of some governments facing trouble, but we also see some governments surviving, and some European world news, maybe some news about a very infamous football coach getting into an accident, some sort of a freak accident. What would the headlines would read, Oliver, in that particular accident? Give us a short flash.
The headline would lead something like freak neck injury or freak brain injury almost kills shining star football coach, something like that.
But in a second flash of instant information, maybe weeks have passed, months, who knows, we see some surprising results. Maybe give us a very amazing football sequence of after winning.
Okay, so Diego, shall I read the short synopsis of his football career then, John? Diego was a football player for Real Zaragoza in Spain. Throughout his playing career, he had an unremarkable career, but then he went on to coaching. He started off in their under-18s and under-21 squads, and then when the full team's manager was sacked, he took on the first team as head coach for the end of a season, and he survived a relegation battle, which was completely unexpected of him, and he was given full-time the job of head coach instead of just interim. And then that next season, he then had his injury. He was in an injury in training when he's clashed heads with another player and fallen badly on his neck, and he had brain and spine injuries and was in a coma, and the world thought that they might lose this up and coming superstar of football management, but he miraculously healed from the injuries, and in record time he was back on his feet. And
Then
the
flash. Okay.
sorry. And then I was doing the story. So then
one more flash.
The next season, he then wins the league. He goes to the season undefeated. He wins the domestic triple, and then that summer the whole world is waiting on him deciding which job he'll take. He offered the job at AC Milan, at Inter Milan, at Barcelona, at Real Madrid, at Dortmund, at Man City and Man United. The whole world wants him. And then suddenly he announces his retirement, and he's never heard from in the football world again.
So there's a lot of information about sports fan.
Sorry.
About that particular person. Then a few flashes later we see other sports, other full contact sports, and we do see amidst as we see the waves of the collapsing on the rocks, we see a more predatorial and primordial part of nature and how it infects the world. And we also see a very old tradition of wrestling passed down from relative to relative, and we see a few moves, a few choreographies. What do we see, Chris?
So what you see from the past is the blaze of a man at the top of his game, rolling the ring like a madman, and then suddenly a flash forward to the present day where he's training alone in a shabby gym, disgruntled, kind of life hasn't been good to him since something happened in between these two scenes, and now he's not such a national treasure anymore. He's just training away on his own.
He's churning, much like the world is churning around itself. Everybody living their own lives in this quiet corner of an expansive multiverse, in a world much like our own. But today we're gonna witness how they are being guided by an invisible hand of destiny itself, and they will find themselves inexplicably drawn in an aged opera house. Within its walls there will be an enigmatic performance, but which machinations led them there is up for them to figure it out. So our story begins a little bit after your metamorphosis. Newly awakened to your meta powers, you're still basically learning how to use them, how to control them, and you have chosen to neglect truth from anyone around you, uncertain of their reactions, but also how society might respond into this new you. It's a bit overwhelming, it's a bit too much. So as far as you're concerned, you don't know anyone else like you out there, although you do feel so lonely in a way, and you do would like to meet others like you, so you hope there exist. So you're trying to balance between the hidden realm of the meta within with the rest of the anthropic way of life, which is like the human way of life. But you must maintain the facade of basically an ordinary human. The meta and the anthropic, what defines a metanthrope. And tonight is one of those evenings. I'm changing the scene. It might take a little, don't worry. And I will also make scenes that you won't be able to move right now. Tonight is one of those evenings. you found an invitation somewhere, somehow, that came your way for an opera house. And it could be a very unusual outing for the most of you, but one that you ultimately choose to attend. So each of you is drawn here by distinct paths and for varied reasons. But there is there is a strange air, there's a strange atmosphere. It's you feel rejuvenated and as if you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be. And as you move on empty streets, there are like a handful of other people anywhere, but you arrive, whether that would be on walking or your luxurious car or whatever that may be, it's not really important right now. But it's important that you arrive on the very same time, but by different roads. And as the world continues its hurried pace, only a few solitary other souls loom by, and the echoes of their footsteps merging with the sound of the city. And outside the opera, an old forgotten melody lingers in the air, carried by the whispers of time. So it is the hand of destiny that has you all reaching the same goal, the same door at the same time. And as you get very, very close to this opera, the night's embrace tightens, and the first rumbles of a distant thunder resonate. The charm of the opera becomes all the more inviting. So as dark clouds weave intricate patterns across the sky, it's only above that the stars are visible. And a handful of other approach at the same time as you give a last look at the sky, and a powerful gust of wind, the kind that steers the soul to seek shelter from an impending tempest, gets you all inside that opera. One of you opens the doors, doesn't matter who it is. You all get inside, and before I release you from this cutscene, let me tell you that the air hums with an unspeakable invitation, beckoning all you to enter this opera at the same time. So, I would like you, as we begin with our very first scene, to describe each other to the other players and to the audience, just their appearance and the mood that they might be today, right here, right now.
Well, Diego appears with an umbrella and no a raincoat or anything, just an umbrella, and he's wearing a tracksuit like I am. So Diego tends to wear tracksuits of different European football clubs. And that's what he's saying. But he's a man who appears in his mid to late 40s only, but looks very fit and healthy. Looks like he belongs in a tracksuit, I guess you would say. And he's confused as to why he felt so drawn here, but for some reason it feels natural. I don't know why. It makes sense to me somehow.
Excellent. Whoever wants to go next.
Tina will have kind of rushed in, holding her hand above her head, trying not to get rain on her hair. She's pretty petite, but fairly fashionable, fashion forward. She is wearing some luxury or designer clothing, carrying a small clutch with her. She's got shorter shoulder length hair. that she kind of keeps in like loose waves or loose curls. Very light makeup with the exception of her lipstick, which is a pop of color. And then she has very green and blue flecked eyes, soft kind of features. And she just rushes in, not thinking anything of this since she is more in the limelight a lot of the time and is invited to be on food shows and attend galas and go to ballets and things of this nature. So it's not uncommon for her to be here. However, looking around, it seems like this isn't a closed event. So she is a little bit more, I guess, aware of her surroundings, especially with the storm that seems to be imminently approaching.
Perfect.
Do you want to go,
Do you want
Martin?
to go, Joe? Yeah, I could go. Yeah, so Aurora rushes in. She's got, what season is it? Is it winter, spring?
Let's say it's something like winter spring, yeah.
Okay, where is she winter? Okay, she has a winter spring denim jacket that she's kind of like put above her head to try and stop the rain. But she's wearing a very beautiful but simple, long, elegant pastel green dress, which fits her very nice figure. She's got ridiculously long blonde hair, not like Amish blonde where it's like past the knees, but like hot blonde with kind of like a bit of a purple ombre tint to it. And yeah, she looks really happy. She's if you look carefully, she's got very tiny flowers in her hair, and also tiny like clip-on that she clearly got from Etsy, amber jewelry that she's put in her hair, so it kind of like sparkles a bit. And she's just smiling a lot, even though she's gotten a little bit wet. And yeah, she got here because one of the old ladies said, "You need to cheer up. I've got like this. I've only got one ticket to go to the opera." So she thought she would go along. She's heard maybe the opera's based on some folklore that she's really interested in. So yeah, she's excited to be here.
All right. I think we have one more, right? Hulk.
Yeah, so Hawk walks in. We'll start from the head down. So, bald head, shaven, like slightly stubbly. A couple of days, it's not been maintained. Real piercing blue eyes, chiseled face, real war battered, ears all rugby battered and blistered up. Like you can really tell by looking at the guy that he's been through the wars. And then from his shoulders down, he's wearing all black. So he's wearing a black vest, black leather with metal studs in the shoulders. It's actually open like a waistcoat towards the bottom. And his trousers are wrestling tights, again black with skulls on the knees, and very heavy but durable boots. So they're kind of heavy, so if you got kicked in the head you'd really feel it, but it isn't going to spoil his mobility. He's always ready for action, even though he's been retired for years. Almost as if he's holding on to something that he wished had have happened.
Perfect. Before I let you absolutely free, let me give you a short description of the area that you entered. Stepping beyond the threshold, there is an enchanting revelation that waits, because the exterior's cloak of neglect is not inside. The grandeur of the opera inside is an unexpected transformation We have 3 massive chandeliers illuminating the entirety of this very grand meeting hall. We have 2 staircases left and right leading to the higher balconies. And all of you realize that you are not alone. There is an usher with a traditional usher uniform behind the desk on your left. But let us officially begin the scene with an awareness roll. The first roll of the session is going to be from everyone involved, and you open your character sheet with a double click and on your character or through the characters tab, and you go to the awareness, click on it, and let's see the results of today's session.
Failure. 4 levels.
Only red, I see. Oh, no, okay.
No, Tina.
Misu. Tina made
I
it.
told you I was keeping my eyes open.
Oh, I had a question actually, Bruce. Tina's first language French.
We'll say yes, but Brew will say no because it's going to be hard for me to do.
Because English is my character's second language also. Spanish is his first, but Portuguese and French are his third and fourth, so I was going to
Yeah, French would be
okay.
her primary.
We can role play that you're speaking on a different language. You don't have to speak it.
From the inflection, I got French Canadian, more like a Celine Dion type
So
vibe.
I was going to see how hard Brew had done her homework. I was going to push her with the French, like I could do a little.
Okay, our protagonists are capable of bending destiny itself, which is a friendly reminder that you can change the outcome of that result
True.
if you didn't like it. But assuming that, I convinced someone.
I rolled 71. It was almost just as bad as the 74.
If anyone watched Zero, they'll know I've got 0. Like I've got like 2 destiny left. I don't know how many. I can't remember. I have 1 destiny left. So
Yeah, you have only 1.
Yeah, I'll just make the 1
that's
reroll
hardcore.
attempt then. Just the 1.
Maybe for the death roll.
Let's start with the worst result, which is Hulks with 5 levels of failure. Hulk, you feel kind of lost right now, this very moment. You're not entirely sure what you're doing here, if you should or shouldn't be here, if this is what you're looking for. You enter a sort of existential crisis. 5 levels of failure is quite a lot. I'm gonna give you a very small condition. You're a bit bewildered. Give you 5% minus to awareness. You're extremely lost within yourself. Diego and Aurora, both of you are entirely close to yourselves, paying attention to your surroundings at this moment. Although you feel that you're not sure of why, it is only our Tina, our good Tina, who has the following revelation. I'm very convinced to move us on to a hidden, but never mind. It will be a lot to have like a private information. Maybe I can send you on. Yeah, I will send you to Discord personal message, okay, just to keep the mystery. What you realized.
If it's easier to, I think people can deafen.
Also, yeah, we can take our headphones off if you
Yeah.
want, John.
Oh yeah, if you want us to like.
Yeah, we can take our headphones off. You give us a symbol, we put them back on. That's how we do it in the past.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
Let's go with that. I think it's much more interactive.
Yeah, just give us a thumbs up because I mute mine.
Remove everyone, and I will call you back with a thumbs up.
Cool.
It's much better, yeah, actually. You are absolutely certain, you don't know why, that it's no coincidence that each of you entered at this very particular time, all 4 of you, and you had like one level of success. I'm gonna give you that you were supposed to be at the same time, and there is something connecting you. This is the only thing that I'm gonna give you. Okay. Now let's get back to it. So a thumbs up to the faithful players.
Sweet.
Very, very faithful players. Welcome back, everyone. Much better than typing, yeah. How do you interact besides giving a good look to each and every one of you?
Well, my character's quite social, so she'd be like, "Yeah, hi guys. Is it just us guys? Is there anyone else around, or is it just us, like
Hi.
in the foyer bit?"
So Diego, if Aurora
There's an
greets
Usher
Diego,
over here.
Diego give you a kiss on both cheeks, Aurora, because he's European.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Shantae, and she says it in a bad California accent.
Oh, Enchanté, are you French too?
Ah, bravo, mademoiselle. Parlez français.
Oui.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Diego. It's a pleasure to meet some fellow European opera fans.
Yes, I cannot say that I am a fan of opera per se, but it seems we are here together.
No, yeah, I like the opera. I think Diego likes the opera and does go to it regularly, actually. I don't think it's unusual for him to go to an opera.
Yeah, I think from the four of you, you're the most likely. Maybe.
That guy's outfit's very interesting.
Aurora will go to Hawk and like use the jackets, and because I'm guessing he looks like the wettest coming in like last, so she'll like just trying to brush him a little bit with her denim jacket, and she's like, "Oh, are you okay? You look pretty wet."
Hawk just brushes all the water immediately off his body and is like, "Fine, what are you talking about?"
He's like, "Oh, okay," and she like steps back.
Excuse me, monsieur, can you guide us to our seats?
Yes, there is an usher running towards you when you start removing your coats and stuff. Yes, please let me take over your quotes. Oh, you're quite late. I think we should hurry inside, or else you might lose the opening of the show. I don't think we would have any more people to coming this late. Opens the way further to pass on. The usher, I'm gonna use they them for that character, is of late teens, early 20s maybe, garbed in traditional usher appearance with this uniform that they wear. Early 20s, till blue eyes stand out, maybe a few pimples on their face, youthful allure, and the usher, allows you to everyone to come inside. Come, please. You can sit wherever you like. There are many free spots on this level, and within the interior of the opera, you see that there is a scarlet velvet carpet with black engravings underneath you. It seems to weave an enigmatic tapestry. Some of you may conjure spiraling constellations, while others might see it as intricate lines that evoke the pathways of neurons. And
As everyone else played too much Call of Cthulhu and sees tentacles, yeah? Because I do.
Or I would say roots of a tree. But yes, obviously, if you see a lot of tentacles, you see a lot of tentacles. That's what's up with you.
Tentacular.
Yeah, it's the games that I play I'm blaming.
And so I see, the usher, obviously, I'm so confused a bit for a second, thought the door was open. Opens the door very fast. There you go.
That
welcome
looks
to
more
our
like the
opera.
roots of a tree.
Enjoy the show. And now, as you can choose to sit wherever you like, apparently, you see that the heart of the opera is a splendor as a main hall. It's like 50 meters in length, flanked by a breadth of 30 meters and a height of over 10 meters. And this is gonna take quite a long to turn them to the other metric system that we have over the ocean. So it's a big area. There are a plus of red leather seats that seem very comfortable and inviting. There's balconies that extend like wings on the other side, not approachable from somewhere, as you can see. There are only a handful of people on the balconies. And I would like for everyone involved to have a little perception roll at this time as you're trying to find the best seat for you.
Oh my days! I cannot roll. I'm not re-roll. I'm not spending destiny to find a decent seat. Like,
Aurora, very good reroll. Hulk. Did Hulk spend his last destiny? No.
no, he's got the 1 point.
I got one,
He's
but I'm
fine,
not
even if he's
spending
sitting
it
on the
on a
wrapper.
seat like at an opera, like, you know.
Okay, let's start with you for this time. Why does Hulk stay behind? You're like something contemplating the statues. What is it that you found there?
Oh, I was just struggling to take off my my waistcoat jacket and perplexed on whether or not I should hand that over because everyone else was handing over their coat. So I did so anyway. So now I'm bare chested.
Well, you can obviously give it to the usher. I can take that off if you really do mean to stay like this.
Hands it over. There you go. Take that.
Perfect. Now enjoy the show, and as you the door is kind of closed in, maybe a bit abruptly, and you are all inside. Let's go move to the next one, was Diego. Diego, you are quite accustomed with operas. Maybe you already know where you like sitting on them, and you don't really notice anything around you. Maybe that there is a person over here looking at behind their stature. Who else? We have Aurora, who is very successful. But let's go first with Tina. Tina, you notice that there is a person over here in the left balcony who you saw something weird actually. They seem to be holding something like a new version of iPhone. You're not entirely familiar. Maybe it was like a bit projecting the images and not just on the screen. It was just a simple success. You can't really see anything. Who was that? That was Tina. And as for Aurora, with 4 levels of success, you see everything that the previous members have seen. You also notice the following 4 interesting things. You do see the device on the woman on the far left balcony. You notice it's a beautiful woman dressed in a punk rock attire with a shaved head. Not the classical image that you would expect in an opera, but you also realize that this is indeed a very peculiar device that this person is operating. You also saw on the ground floor on the back this man wearing very on the back left very retro clothing, like a Charlie Chaplin type of hat, like a very old coat.
This guy.
But he's always turning his back and smiling at you, like very happy for something. There is a little girl that is moving around the area without any shoes on, looking a bit vagabond, vagabond style. And lastly, because you had lots and lots of successes, with all of the success, on the bottom right corner of the whole opera, you see someone who doesn't stare at the red carpet, the red curtain at all. You find it a bit strange. Okay, so where the rest of you spread out in this grand area?
So I've decided that Diego sits at the back on the left because that's where he used to play. So that's where he always sits. So he sits in the opera or the cinema, back left. That's where he's used to perceiving a whole crowd of people from, where he used to control a game from, or so he would like to believe. So yeah, the left back position.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'm gonna go last for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, Hawk didn't see the punky looking person, so they're just gonna hop into the first seat they come to, which is this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Tina would go towards the man who was apparently turning around and giggling at Aurora, but did not see that. But I would sit
Is that this guy here?
in the row. I think it's the guy on the left-hand side.
Yeah, this geezer.
But yeah, so I'll probably sit in the row behind him. Also to kind of keep the lady in the balcony somewhat in my field of view, since it looked like she had a new gadget, but maybe I haven't been aware of.
But you must, if you're an influencer, you must know about it.
There's all kinds of tech that's emerging that sometimes people get to test out before others.
Yeah, Aurora's gonna go over to where Tina's sitting, and she gets her phone out to take a picture of herself. That she's at the opera, but she's also trying to get the picture to take a picture of the weird lady with it at the same time. So she's like angling it, so it's.
Oh.
And she's gonna just try and see if she can get like a dodgy picture, and then sit next to Tina. She's like, us girls gotta be careful, you all, and she'll sit next to Tina.
Okay, you can go ahead and move your token. And okay, let's start with the two of you as this elderly figure with a very retro attire. It's very glamorous though, and still very warm, inviting smile, and has like an aura of kindness, but as if he knows something that he makes him very excited that he knows it, and turns around and says with a bit like a caricaturist style, "They don't make the operas as they used to. The show should have started by now." Yes, you have youth on your side, that's why you don't care about when the show starts, but it says 9 exactly, not 9 and 17. Don't you agree, ladies?
He's talking to us. What a creeper.
This is why I said next year, because if we're alone, it'd be more creepy. I'm gonna say something to him in French so he thinks we don't speak English. I'm gonna whisper it to you.
Pardon?
He immediately raises an eyebrow and starts in fluent French, much like was born from your, the exact area where you're from, with the exact accent, and says, I had something like the accent film, Toulouse or wherever you are, and he's like on point.
Damn it. Yes. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear. Quite the crowd.
Yeah, it is. They're here for a good reason, but I always catch an accent. I'm afraid that I am collecting them more than people collect, these, what is the English word for the thing that you stick on there when you send the email? But never mind. Yes, I am Chavo Tsutakian to your services, and offers you a hand in a black leather glove. He's very tiny. He must be like less than 150 or something, like 5 feet 10 or something for you, I think.
Oh, enchanté. My name is Tina, and this is my friend.
Like, hi.
Hello.
I like your jaunty little hat.
You notice this man giving you direct looks to your tattoos, if any are visible.
Oh, yeah.
Are any
Yes,
visible?
so the tattoos are just on my wrist. So, yeah, I've got a bracelet over one, but I'll say it's slipped, and yeah, you can see there's a little line of flowers underneath the bracelet that I've tried to hide.
Yeah. He really did something like that. 360 to look. He also jumped a bit because he's at the shorter end of the chair. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, both of you. The show is about to start. Meanwhile, let's go with Diego, who is over there nearby, going through your thoughts.
There seems to be a very eclectic group of people in this room. There's a little girl running around with no shoes on. It's not something you see every day at the opera. There's a man over there with no shirt on. That's not something you see every day in the opera. Looks like some sort of bodybuilder or professional athlete that's walked into the wrong building. But yeah, still feel this sense of like I was drawn, like something's drawn me to the place. It's although I am a fan of the opera, it seems a strange night. Like it's different. Something's different. I don't know what it is.
Are you the type of people that always check their phone or something? What's your connection with cell phones?
Diego, not so much. No.
Tina would probably be obnoxious with hers.
Mine would be she's like 27, so I think my character would be slightly less than Tina's.
Just tweeted every single incident. Just met the usher. The usher guided to the 2-seat. Coat came off. Man behind, bald head, took off shirt. What the fuck? Like this.
She's live blogging the experience.
But you know you're just playing yourself. It's called role play. You're supposed to immerse yourself in someone else, not like just play yourself.
This is a totally different person. He's a wrestler and he's very old. All right.
Okay, there's two things. So you're not technically.
Whereas Chris is a boxer and very young.
Fair enough.
So
I'm in my Danny Dyer age of play role play.
Just play yourself.
So basically, Diego is chilling.
Yeah, he's quite relaxed. He's looking forward to taking in a show. He enjoys the opera.
How about next to him? He gives a little look to Hulk.
A strange looking man.
Uh,
You'll smile at Hawk. You can see that he's an athlete of some sort. I'm guessing he might be a wrestler, just by the outlandish clothing.
You see this little girl moving like the side from over here for some reason. Seems to go towards Savo Tsutakian and with her hands extended. Maybe you realize he's about to ask for money or something, at least that's what the gesture suggests. Hulk, maybe the person on your right coughs a bit. And that girl over here, I don't know which was, I think it was Aurora. Yeah, Aurora was very successful. You see that she does like this wavy motion as if you're sending files on a touchscreen, but a bit like from a weird distance from her hand, some colors illuminating. You're not exactly sure, and I cannot really give you any more. How about any of you? Do you want to say what else do you do on your own if you say something or you look for something specific?
I'm gonna poke the woman in front of me and ask her who she's talking to on her phone, and if she should be doing that when the show's about to start, because if so, I'm gonna move seats.
What a
He
geezer.
mumbles something, but continues to talk on the phone. She's not really talking any obnoxious or loudly or anything. Barely you can hear her, but she would do like some.
Okay, Boomer.
Continue to do what she did. Not very, very, very kind, I must admit.
I approach the coffin man and keep my distance because I want to find out whether or not he's sick. So if there's any reason for me to have the move seat, because the woman in front of me is really rude and she's talking on her phone. So if he's sick and she's going to be talking on her phone, then I'm going to move up to the front.
Sure thing.
You're not gonna offer him lozenges? I know you have some in your pocket.
I don't have any pockets.
Lycra.
Right,
I'm wearing leggings.
Leisure leggings.
I just keep them in my boots. It's literally a 6'8" bald man walking
In a
around
unitard.
wearing leggings, going shh. And are you sick?
You barely see his eyes, maybe give you something like a smile, tired smile, and then look again down or onto your right.
I'm
Realizing
gonna go and. When he's finished, can I just say I'm gonna go and get ask Tina if she wants a drink, because I'm sure the opera has drinks, right? I'm gonna go and get us some drinks.
Would you like some company?
She's like, yeah. I mean, there's like quite a lot of. It's like I don't trust small man and I don't trust tall man with no tops on. So yeah.
I think I trust the latter more.
Okay, yeah. So can we like while he's running around topless, we can maybe see if there's either Mr. Usher if there's they can get us drinks, or go to like the bar area to get a
At
drink.
this moment, though, it must be right on time because you do hear a sound from the scene, as if the headlights are being dropped, and then you hear the sound of the curtains rising, and you realize that the show is about to start. But I will also change the scene, so I'm gonna award you based on your arc and regression, at least the few moments we had to showcase it, whether it was prevalent or not.
Look at the lights, guys.
feel it's just going to go on Hawk, and he's going to start taking more clothes off. I think they'll just all like beam on him, and it's like a strip show, and it's not an opera.
Well, as you can see, the lights have changed. The area has changed, and the curtain is now up. Also, maybe the sudden change of environment might, froze you to where you were, and maybe you feel the urge to sit back down. Whatever the case may be, there is someone on the roof, on the office. On the stage again. Trying to multitask, and maybe some random words come up. It is the Usher. Let me show you the Usher's artwork once again. Because now the Usher surprises you and comes out of the scene. Now they have their little traditional Usher's hat underneath their armpit. They have like very reddish curly hair, and now their kind of shy appearance that they have earlier in the reception area now seems a lot more as if someone's about to sell a performance, like a narrator rather than an usher, and says the following. One second. Let me check if let's start with the consciousness roll from all of you, but this time right click it and add the number 30 to your bonus. So it's gonna be theoretically a very easy roll, even if you have something like 10%.
What's it? Consciousness.
Consciousness with a bonus of 30.
I love that you preface by saying it's a very easy roll.
Nice, the big 6.
Hulk, you have more than one destiny, but you still choose to keep it. Tina has an amazing result. Diego was a pretty good. Aurora also an amazing result. What did I convince Hulk? Wow!
If you used your 1 point, Chris.
I've got 3 now.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. So everybody succeed. That's very good of you. So let's get directly to it. Behind the Usher, you see 4 tapestries. For the sake of it, the VTT has only 3, but we can imagine the 4th. Again, what you see right now on the VTT is not exactly what we will see in game, all of us, as it is, as you might actually contribute what we see. To outsiders, these tapestries might seem inconsequential, but to each of you, to each of the protagonists, one of them holds a profound meaning for themselves. The artwork is raw and unrefined. Someone, as if like an amateur artist, created something with a single goal to convey a message. It could be a cryptic message, but it's simple enough to show images. It could also have hidden layers of meaning. So before I go to your details, to your results in detail, I will continue with the Usher that now, with their newfound voice, says out loudly as their eyes will clearly gaze through the eyes of your 4 protagonists that they're there on the back, as if this character is directly talking to them. Act 1, the Metamorphosis. your metamorphosis, it's a pivotal moment that defines how, when, and why, and under which circumstances you pass the moment from being an ordinary human to something extraordinary, to an extraordinary metanthrope. Directly looks to the four of you. It's a transformative event that shapes your identity. At this point, let's go start with Hulk. You're not sure what's going on, Hulk, but what you do see is one of the four tapestries, for some reason, bears, it rings a bell. You barely made it, but you made it nonetheless. And it has to do with something of your metamorphosis. So can you give us what we see there in any way that you like, basically, but something simple?
So I see like waves and oceans and a boat in the middle that's unsturdy.
Can we give it one more time? Sorry. Get
like waves in the ocean, and it's not quite stormy, but it's not settled, and there's a boat that's unsturdy, not like a charter boat, but like a rowboat.
Okay, I think I got it. Let's move on through the point of view of Diego now. Diego, one of them definitely speaks to you. Diego is not here. Oops, Daisy. I guess coming, but yeah, Aurora and Tina had the same level of success. So let's say that you also find something that's very familiar to you, which I'm going to describe in a second. But you make also the connection that there's four of you that entered, four of them, one plays a super important role to me, so the other three must be the same thing for the rest of them. You also make the exact same connection.
Sorry, John, I had to step away for a second.
Also,
I could still hear you.
Okay, perfect. But so this last part you don't actually see this for the Aurora and Tina, but you also realize that this is exactly, for some reason, it's portrayed to be the moment of your metamorphosis. So, what do we see for Diego del Toro in one of the tapestries?
He sees. It's just a big. It's almost just like a white. Just nothing but white, but then as you unfocus your eyes a little bit, you see that it's just different shades of white, and as you unfocus more, you see that it's a collision of two heads, and it's an impact, and it's the blindness, it's the white blindness of that impact of two heads clashing together and the lights going out in a sense, but it's that impact blindness. I don't know if that made sense, but I know what I mean.
Interesting. It did to me, and the important thing that it does for your character. But we also have two more that Aurora and Tina, each of them directly realize that it talks to them the same way that the other talks to the other one next to them. They take a good understanding of the whole situation. But first, let's see what they see. a moment of your metamorphosis, the defining moment.
Tina, I'm excited to see how the tongue began.
You would see an empty spoon, and laying next to it, a couple of cinnamon sticks.
Oh, do you want me to go next?
Yeah, I think
Sure
that was
thing.
So, are the tapestries like knit, like thread or like painted? I know I'm
How
asking
are
dumb
you
questions,
like?
but it's-
How are you like?
Okay, I would say it would be like painted. Like, yeah, I was gonna say mine would be painted on fabric, if it's
Let's go with
okay.
that. Yeah.
So, mine's really basic. It's basically a green pentagram, but it's like it looks like it's not been painted properly. It looks a little bit creepy when you look at it too long because the paint's like running, so it could look a little bit like blood, even though it's a green pentagram. And but then there's also like a little bit of glitter on it, so it kind of sparkles just a little bit.
the creepy bit, also with a little bit of sparkle. Okay.
Uh huh.
I
My
like it.
personality.
How do you all react with seeing one of the tapestries being the moment of your metamorphosis, while at the same time this weird narrator says stuff like that? Yeah.
And not as shocked as you might think. There was something pulling me here tonight, and this must have been it. So I feel like a question's been answered, kinda. Like, why am I here? This is why I'm here.
I don't think Tina would have been shocked necessarily, especially with her vlogging and people having some insight to her life and potentially what was that moment. I think I would probably be looking around, just having that feeling earlier, to see the reactions of others and if they're getting the same sense as I am that this is directed to them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Aurora's going to take a picture of it and send it to her Wicca.com Discord group, which is a group of like-minded individuals who like Charmed and stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, just like send the picture and be like, what up, guys? What does you guys think about this? And then she'll just send the message to the group.
It is currently sending, the message says. Maybe the reception isn't great, but you definitely got a picture of that. And on the meantime, can my friend Hulk moved on a bit? Yeah. Maybe still because you're on the right corner, you still a lot of coughing from the man behind, so you might think that it's a good thing that I changed where I was sitting. But on the meantime, from the main stage, you hear this Usher / narrator says now that the metamorphosis of a metanthrope can take various forms, from a single profound event to an ongoing process, to a latent power that has existed since childhood, but birthed its wings in the most recent episode. It is a catalyst for a metanthrope's life, and it can be the driving force that motivates and defines their personality. It can also show glimpses of who you might become. And as this weird information and this name dropping, because as far as you're concerned, the first time that you hear the word metanthrope ever before, the woman on the balcony on the right does a motion with the device, and whatever this device was projecting closed, and says out loud, "Enough with this. This is not a play. This is an audition." And by saying this, you all hear some rough coughing from the person on the bottom right, and at some point naturally you return your sight towards the theater because you want to see more about this strange painting that talks to you. But on the other hand, you do hear some crackling sounds. You're not sure if this is the breaking of bones or the creating of roots, but you basically start to hear strange sounds like that. And when you turn around, you also hear some inhuman sounds, and you see roots of a tree, much like tentacles coming out of the eye sockets of that person, out of their ear and nose and mouth, as if something is coming out of them. And suddenly you see something you maybe wish you haven't never saw, or something that some other of you might even find beautiful, who knows. But definitely it's worth to move into an initiative.
Wow.
So there we are. And the thing that you do know, where are we, QP, with the synchronized stuff, synchronized carousel? And let me also move the playlist to something very action-y. As we have word from QP, ready, excellent. Start something suspenseful.
Quick question as we start. My character shows not at full health.
No, that's your destiny, I think.
No, it's health.
Right,
122 out of 127.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at the
definitely
bars.
something happened there.
I assume you guys were using me as target practice for a couple weeks ago. So.
Maybe.
Okay, so now you can click on the dice on the top of your character to enter their initiative.
So we'll roll the 0-4.
Many zeros, you should have good results.
Hey, there's the bad roll.
I've got rid of mine.
Okay, so if no one changes, I'm rolling for initiative, and I'm briefly explain what you can do during your action scene. Cool graphics, first of all, very important. And then I'm gonna show you something. Wait a second, it's over here. So action scenes. So players. So when it's my turn to play, I can do my main action. Most meta powers have the activation time of a main action. If you choose to attack, or the main thing that you do, it's your main action slot, which means it's always one. No, you can actually perform it as part of a multi-action. But each multi-action roll attempted will give a penalty, a reduction to all dice rolls. Let me explain real quick. Should you try 2 main actions as part of the multi-action, both of them will have -20. Should you try 3, all 3 of them -30. Should you try 5, all 5 of them -50. and so on. Well, good doesn't get any much worse than that. This was the most difficult part of the rules can say. You also have an extra action, which is a supplementary supportive role to something that you're going to be doing alongside your main thing, which could be checking the environment, looking for signs on characters or places, or a quick role play, whatever that may be. It's your extra action slot, and you have 10 hexagons of movement on the grid. If you are climbing or something, it might be less, and you can spend your main action altogether to have a double movement. Pretty classical stuff. If you have any questions, I can explain in detail, but you also have a reaction. A reaction is one and only one thing that you can do throughout the whole round when everybody plays as a response to someone else's actions or movement. You have focused actions, which is something that you're being very concentrated on something and you cannot move around or react. And you can wait, which is allowing the next player to play and then play down the initiative.
The reaction, that's once per round. You can do a reaction at any time in the round.
Once per round, yeah.
Reaction
basically, when a new round begins, all the action slots refresh.
Okay.
So every round you can do the same stuff. And I think you are gonna learn about the game the hard way, because there is something very disturbing next to you. Okay, let's start. Since you're all fans of games like that, make me a willpower roll, because you definitely see something that you've never seen before. So this is like a free roll, doesn't cost anything, and usually for purposes such as this one.
One level success.
Force your players to spend some of those destiny.
You weren't far off there as well, Hawk. Oh, close.
Oh wow. Oh wow, so close. Oh wow, very daring.
Come on!
Right. No, that's it.
26 to 24 and a
And
27.
you're done with the initiative. You're done with the destiny, rather. Sorry. Wow. But it's a simple failure. Could be worse. Aurora, Diego, both one level success. Tiramisu, for example, is a lot more afraid. Well, Hulk, you're obviously startled when you see something that big behind you out of nowhere. Such weird, strange textures, smells, sights, and sounds. As everything about it, it's alien to your eyes. You're obviously shocked, and you jump off to your seat. Give us a scared reaction of Hulk, real quick. But it is Tina who is actually shocked with all looking at it. There are many strange ideas coming through her head, but mainly she's
What does that taste like?
she's
Calamari.
rather more so afraid right now. You're terrorized too, which is quite shocked. Your willpower has dropped. Yes, that thing definitely scared you. The rest of you, for some reason, are fine the way you are. Okay, but there's something violent, definitely unavoidable right now. And as this thing moves and performs something, you're not exactly sure, but you do listen some weird sounds it produces, very organic, but also very orderly. It's very difficult to explain. Makes a sound like that, then puffs some smokes around it. Quite a gust of smoke, and it moves over the It's like 6 meters tall or something like 9.5 feet or something, and equally big. It moves through its tentacles, which is basically like roots from the ground, and goes above Hulk, and it will attack Hulk.
I called it, you know. I said
So
tentacles. Saw it coming.
we don't know why, what's the beef here, but what we do see is that it goes over his head, where he's a bit panicked, and it moves one of its, like, tentacles, basically roots, emerging from the ground and attacking our friend Zoro. But our friend Zoro is no stranger to physical attacks, none at all. Basically, are 5 out of 5. You're a world-class athlete when it comes to maneuvers. You know that you can reflex and evade it, but you can also how do you call it? You can also counterattack it. I see you've chosen to evade. So let's see if you are successful or not. Because I don't think I've made my attack, no. But it's coming. It's definitely coming. And you ducked just enough time to see like a swarm of tentacles, purple tentacles coming above your head, swing in the air. You're not exactly sure what would have happened if they caught you, but probably would have been nice. And let me double check something, but it will move above you and go over here, and I would like you to make, let me double check. Okay, nothing for now, but sorry, one more thing, double checking.
It moves
And
on.
I think, yeah, come again.
I was going to say if it moves under something like a chandelier, I want it to take a reaction.
Not close enough to any of the chandeliers in this area. It has like, it's very, very tall. So, but let me double check something, because sorry, double checking. Okay, yeah, I need to roll something. It was unavoidable. I already did it. It was okay. So your character receives 28 damage, my friend Hulk. Elemental damage, that is. As you cough and you see some sort of poisonous gas. It's all around you when it moved around where you are. Can you make me an endurance roll? It's a pretty roll.
Hey.
2 successes.
Okay. You spit it out, whatever that was that was about to cut your neck or something. But you're okay. Your damage obviously not great, but it's your turn to play, and let's see what you can do.
So can I use my extra action first?
Sure thing. Yeah, tell me what you have in mind, and I will help you to get there.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to grow. I want to get bigger.
Okay, let's start with that then. It requires your extra action slot.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, yeah, click on the icon of grow. Yes, you are successful. You can click it. So, so basically, let's change your. As you can see on the effects tab, now you're gonna have a different size and weight as you become bigger, and before the eyes of everyone, you weren't convinced of the strange things happening with this alien plant thing walking around. You see a man
Oh,
becoming as big as it is.
oh.
And yeah, you're pretty big, and you still have your full main action.
And now I want to use Roam Strike on the big jellyfish looking cunt.
I think you already have it. Yeah, ground strike. Yeah, one shot, one kill, one big punch.
Go on, Chris. Oof.
It's one ground strike with an impressive 88 points of damage without no destiny to reroll it, and with 6 levels of success. That's what is super important about it. Minus 88. It's definitely enough to shock it. As you describe, how exactly do you hit it?
So as it's like passing over me, I begin to grow and grab onto its tentacles, flip it up, and smash it back into place on the ground where it is.
Nice.
It actually causes it also pain. It definitely hits and does some conditions over here. Skin bleeding. It's bleeding some greenish goo. Whatever, you know, if that thing crosses your what you're thinking right now. Okay, I think I've heard it enough. And okay, what else? You still have movement, lots of movement now that you are bigger.
So not to hurt anyone else in the room, I move to this side of the beast and then look at in it where I think it's its eyes and go
Over here.
Okay. Moving on to the next, it's Tina Misu.
Activate. Come on, Tina.
Tina's gonna look at Aurora. Oh la la, we must move.
Strength.
I'm gonna start moving towards the door to check if it's unlocked. But before I do that, I would still have an action which I could start to activate my meta power. Is that correct?
To activate your meta power, it requires like a full minute of concentration.
Yeah.
Which you won't be allowed to move around. It will last long once it's activated, but will help you to see some things maybe that others cannot with Taste the Atmosphere, your meta power. But you know, usually it requires a full minute of concentration. Usually.
Yeah, would I be able to move and then take my action to start activating that? And then I essentially just wouldn't have any movement for a minute.
Unfortunately, no. If you move, you can't do a focused action. You've moved.
Okay. Then I will simply stand here and start tasting the air.
Okay, let's see if it goes well. So you can click it from now and know the result. So click on the icon of Taste the Atmosphere, the Rolling Stones icon. And yeah, you're very successful. Click activate, taste the atmosphere. See, in a minute or so. So when the cycle ends, for one cycle, the duration was pretty bad. You'll be able to see things that others don't see, area effects on the area. But you do have extra levels of success. So let's say it's 2d10 more to roll whenever you want. I will throw them on the chat, and you can click it whenever you want to have the total. Oh, so many things to open. The total amount of duration. It's a total of 3d10, I think, or 2d10. Anyway, you can click that and we're good. Yes, splendid. For around, let's say 20 minutes, your buff will stand once it's... but I'm not gonna tell you exactly what you gain out of it right now. I'm gonna tell you next turn, should you not fail to keep the concentration. So let's move on to Diego. Over here, Diego.
Okay, so
Notice some supernatural stuff happening.
These candelabra things on the wall, these have actual candles in them or physical lights with bulbs?
It's like electricity lights.
Anything else around that could be used as a projectile against something?
This area, let me see. Give me with your next reaction, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Two levels of success.
You see some. You're looking for something heavy.
Or sharp, or explosive, or hot. Something that's gonna hurt something, yeah.
Oh my, with 2 levels success, let's see that you find a door handle which is unusually heavy and pointy. And for some reason they have it like on the, it's like over here. Well, you can see where I am. Over here.
Yep.
In this area. And it looks like a very cool projectile.
So I'm going to activate my telekinetic force power.
Ooh, force. Interesting.
It's the one that I used to throw things, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, there's two. There's telekinetic force and telekinetic force alt. I guess alt is the block one, isn't it?
The alternative, yeah, it has a different reactive activation where if something's about to fall, you draw some of its speed or something like, so you don't really care about the alt right now. Ooh, 96 is not a good result generally.
That's better.
4 level success is a very good result. So, what this activate telekinetic force,
And I'm
so
gonna.
we can see what it does.
Oh, you wouldn't
The
click
last
that.
button. There
You can
go.
push, pull,
So
lift, or
basically,
toss towards
you
any direction
can
of the target from a
do
distance.
whatever you want with the physics of the game as if you were there, but instead of using your body, use your mind. And so basically you take the result of this result, which had like 4 levels of success, and as you can see on the telekinetic force, the 3rd tab effects, if you click on the name and you scroll down, you'll see a table. The new version of the table is being worked as we talk.
Sorry,
but
where am I
never
looking?
mind that. With that, so you open your meta power, right?
I'll open it, right?
Telekinetic
Yeah.
force. Open it by clicking the name, not the icon.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
And then you have like the effects, the third tab, and if you scroll down, you see like a table.
Yep.
So, what's the weight of that thing that you try to? So basically, weight 10 is the weight of a person. So let's say that this was around weight 7 because this was like something that holds the door with 4 levels of success.
Like heavy metal thing. Yeah.
If it's too loud, tell me to drop it a bit. But let's say it's weight 7 for something to throw it, to toss it. Each level of success throws it 3 hexagons. And you have 4 levels of success.
4.
Throw. You can throw it something like 12 hexagons with some quick math.
Okay. And you said it was over here, so should be able to do that.
Definitely, yeah. You can do something from here to here. Yeah, something like it, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
So you'll see me look over in the direction of a door, and then you see a handle come flying off that door towards this thing.
Okay, let me double check now how much the damage would be. Weight 7, damage is... it's not quite a lot, it's as if you've thrown a projectile. So... so much metal. Maybe give me like 1d10. Click that on chat.
Okay.
Whenever you can.
5.
Okay. Let's say you do just enough damage as if just to draw its attention, like you throw it successfully a brick or something.
Yep.
But it's much more formidable than that. But hey, your meta powers works, you know, it's not like you use them every day. Definitely not to something like a huge alien
That's
tree.
the first time I've ever used it in anger, in aggression anyway.
Yeah. It is an important moment for your character. Any other movement or supplementary stuff?
No, he's gonna control the game from the left back position.
And then we go to Aurora Charming.
Okay. Yeah, well, my character can't fight, so this is just gonna be what Tina was gonna do, and just run to the door. They should probably look at Tina for it, because Tina like in a trance. She just like zenning out.
Immediately distracts her, breaks the
You just
entire
see some
turn.
drool start to kind of come out a little bit.
This
For me to do the same back, like mimic you with my dance skills and start licking, like in mime type way.
How do you know I'm not transforming into one of those?
Yeah. I was gonna, because her powers I think is similar to Tina's, but I think it takes minutes to work. I don't think it's so, I'm gonna run to the door and see if it's open.
It will be faster than Tina's activations, yours are. Because at least at the end of the round you're gonna activate them, but if you move you won't be able, because it's also focused action.
Yeah, I might do it on the next round, but yeah, my character's gonna run to the door to see if it's open.
Sure. Sure. You can move there. You can also open if you wish. I'm not sure if you
Is it
can.
open? Oh yeah, cool.
So you turn around and you see the Usher. Oh, you quite startled me there. But you turn around and besides the huge tree, that thing that's out of a dream or something, from its tentacles, you see the Usher being on the stage as well, and this is quite alarming for you. But since you survived the role of the alien, I'm not gonna have you any rolls right now. So what do you want to continue to do?
So to confirm, so the Usher's is the transformed, right? It's on stage and here, and it's the identical version.
Well, on stage, they have their hat removed. They're in a very more flamboyant and powerful body stance. Where here, the Usher seems to be like this not so confident, shy, other type of persona or something.
I'm gonna try something, and you can totally say no. I kind of want to like kick him in the balls. Like I'm not trying to like physically hurt them. I'm just trying to go for like the groin area to like, you know, because I think there's some weird stuff going on.
Tell you what.
If I'm allowed. Yeah.
It is your turn.
Or like
so
push them, or like
you-
push them. Yeah, whatever's most appropriate.
You can attack someone like with your main action. So let's.
I mean, I don't want to like. I don't want to attack them. It's more just like, you know, like startle them. So like push them or something. Yeah. So I don't want to do any physical damage. Just like.
Okay.
Push them out of the way.
Still make me a power roll, and
Okay.
it's not going for damage. I hear you. Even if it's super critical, it's not gonna be more damage.
Okay. Oh,
You're not going for damage. 82, definitely
I
not
don't think she
great.
rolled very well.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's all
hear
she's
any
doing.
destiny dropping, although you have the most,
No.
I must say.
No, not for
Uh,
this. It's just to
so-
push someone.
Basically, basically you fell upon the Usher, who dramatically falls, and you fall too. You're both down. The Usher is trying to reach their hat, but is rolling. Oh, I'm so sorry, but why are you running? What's happening? And yeah, kind of screwed up the rest of your movement at encounter, but you're there. Any other interactions with the Usher?
I mean, the doors the doors still open, so like people can run out, right? Like, what? Can I see what everyone else is doing? Like, is everyone else like?
You don't see
There's
anyone.
a lot of weird shit going
else
on.
in-
People are licking the air, growing really big.
Okay, make
Knobs are
me
flying
a
at things.
perception. Make me a perception roll as an extra action
Knobs.
slot to check things around.
Not of perception. Okay.
Yeah, you rolled twice. One of them
Might
was
should be the first one I rolled. Yeah, I thought
one of
it
them
was
was
like
excellent. One of them was
been rolled
terrible.
yet. It's the first one anyway.
I say 93. A feeble
No,
there.
I rolled twice by mistake because I didn't think it had rolled.
I don't actually see though the
I
any
see the
other
first.
result.
The
I don't
first one
see
was
the-
26.
Yeah, 26, but I rolled twice by mistake. So I
Okay,
rolled, yeah.
the 26.
Yeah.
26, it's fine, it's great. So basically, you realize the following. Most of the people are very curiously not moving, not interacting at all with this loud and huge aberration in the middle of it and the giant person fighting it. So you're not sure who it is and who it is or what it is, but you don't see anyone panic. You just see this woman still talking to their phone that nothing is happening. There's something definitely weird going on inside. And this was the first round of the initiative, and the action in Metanthropes is segmented into cycles. Basically, every 2 rounds is a cycle. They share the same initiative roll, and this is like round 2 of the first cycle, and we play the same order, and it is that thing that plays. Churches, very important.
Yay. The cat has come to bring us luck.
Yeah, and yeah, let's fight with that imposing man that stands before it. Never had actually to find something that is its size before, but now it has. So it will strike it once with all its might. All its might indeed.
Oh.
Jesus.
Can I use the
You can
reaction?
attempt to. Oh, whoa. Whoa, reactions left and right.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to reactions, if more than one people wants to spend the reaction, the one with the best initiative shall do so first. So, if theoretically Hulk would like to react, it will react faster than Diego's reaction right now. And I guess that Hulk would like to react.
I was gonna try and counter this time.
Okay, let me double check. It's on the journals, protagonist journals, perks, and athletics, and then you can see all the good stuff. Where is it? Did not disarm. Counter attack. Make reflexes as a reaction when you're being targeted by a strike. It is a strike. And if you're successful, you can strike it before it does. Wow. But it requires the reflexes to operate.
So roll reflexes then, yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's a very powerful attack that's coming your way.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and I feel.
Oh no, and it won't have any effect, unfortunately. So you do receive a very brutal hit, I must say. Starting with the following, it's 91 damage of physical. Oh Jesus.
Oh.
And it's 13 of elemental. Oh Jesus. You're barely standing. You also receive the condition disease 2, so you're becoming diseased, which is a terrible, terrible condition to have. Everything has a penalty of rolling, 10% for everything you have. But also, with 7 levels of success, you're gonna break some stuff. Great. Let's go to the worst thing. Oh, okay, I'm gonna give you just... No, it was 7. Almost close to having something permanently damaged. But
Can I be nice and gift him one destiny point? Are we allowed to like?
No, unfortunately there are meta powers who can do that, but not out of our
Okay.
good heart. Maybe on a super rare occasion that you have like a consciousness amazing roll, I will allow something like that to happen, but I think that's the case. Okay, Hulk. You know when something is permanent because you've seen many wounds like that before, and you know at least it's not permanent. But it pains you quite a lot. You're bleeding. Also, you're definitely diseased. Whatever that gust of wind has, that poisonous thing, is very poisonous. And the muscle injury is pretty severe. There's also bone injury. Nothing permanent, but still not good. And skin, you're obviously swollen as hell. And might listen to something like a tear, some of those muscles, but nothing really broke. But you know that you won't survive this bleeding for many minutes. This goes on and on.
Yeah.
Nothing
And
major
the
though.
thing is,
Nothing major.
the thing is that this thing moves and goes over the old guy and Tiramisu. And Tiramisu, as your special taste the atmosphere comes into play, you start to see that you will be, not right now, it takes a few more, one more turn, you will be capable of seeing exactly where it leaves these puffs of smoke that are very contagious. Make it an endurance roll, because definitely it's coming your way, and if you smell them, you might be diseased yourself. Ooh, you've actually somehow successful. You do receive the 28 elemental damage, but you won't be, spitting a lot of blood or anything. You've survived it, but your sense of taste's definitely getting overwhelmed by strange new sensations, mixed up with adrenaline of your blood that is pumping in your veins, and the fact that you're still activating, so you're doing this still. And, but it's now the turn of the Hulk to play. The sword has never been hurt by a mortal man this much before, but this is no mortal man that is faced.
So this is my last turn as being giant, I believe. I think I shrink back to normal after
Your
this.
last turn being alive,
That's
if you're not
right,
careful,
It shouldn't
mate.
be that less. No, it's like one cycle. You still
One
have
cycle.
at least a few more,
Okay.
like at least 2 times more you can play with the size.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna be like over on one knee and like properly like coughing, and I like remember the bad old days of picking up the chair from under the ring. So I'm gonna rip up the chair off the ground and smack that big massive squid thing across the head with it. With
Give me
my
first
giant attack.
as a extra action power roll to uplift one of those curtains, and I'm gonna give you a bonus because you're huge of
On the right,
20.
oh baby.
25%. So right click power 25 bonus.
On
And
par.
uplift that chair.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
You're coughing, you're sick and in pain.
You're
not in your
old.
forte.
Can I
Oh,
make
you
a
have no
reaction
destiny,
now
so
then? Since I didn't use
You
it
say,
earlier.
screw it, you leave it, don't actually remove
I
the
just-
chair.
I
Just do-
trip over and instead use a body slam as my giant strike this time.
Okay, let me see. It's like a special move. You've chosen a special move.
Yeah.
Or you can, we can create one. It doesn't have to be one of those. But let me see what we have here. Protagonists, perks. Let's go with athletics. Which one did you ask? Acrobatic? No. Which one do you want to do? Which move exactly?
Let's see. I can't remember.
Or maybe tell me what you have in mind, and we're gonna figure out the mechanics later.
Oh, athletics. So,
People's
like
elbow.
hardcore, because I like went to pick up the chair. I'm like athletically going across the chair, like I was bouncing across the ropes, and I'm gonna slam on top of the big squid.
Okay, just give me like a normal strike.
Just a
It's
normal
on your
strike?
possessions. click on the punch on the giant strike. Obviously, you're a giant.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
So the giant.
Oh.
Oh no, we're so weakened and tired. We're gonna miss. Oh my, who's gonna help poor Tiramisu? Tiramisu, what's gonna happen to you?
I think I'm about to turn into the meal here.
You can abandon activating that meta power and start running or reacting or whatever, or you can pull through and whatever happens, you don't blink and then you have your meta power activated.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue to drool and push through with mental fortitude.
Okay, I'm gonna give you right now, because you already succeeded on that roll, that you see at least where these puffs of smoke are. But anyway, let's continue. How about your free roleplay? Because basically you cannot do anything else. You're super concentrated on it.
It's literally usually some drool starting to come out. I'm salivating a lot because I'm trying to activate my taste buds to detect all of this new data that's in the room and the air. And I'm just kind of mentally checked out. It looks like I'm in a trance almost.
That's perfect. Let me give you an example. Not like, sorry. Yes, there you go. Let's use that. So now, as you can see, I hope you can see it.
Yes, I see one part cloud skull on the screen.
Yeah. Let's
Very
make
cool.
it about the size of that thing.
Very cool
So you
animation.
can see that it began here and it moved up to here. So this direct line is, everything is contaminated, and so is its position right now. So you see those exact hexagons, and you know that whoever crosses them will fall victim to that poison. You still have your, free reactive roleplay, but you chose to activate this effect, and now you can see clearly those effects. And I think none of you has activated any other effects right now, so you don't see anything else. But the next one who plays is our friendly coach. It's up to you, coach.
Right, okay, I mean, I'm kind of one-trick pony at the moment. Is there another object I can throw at this thing? So the chair that Hawk kind of got half ripped up, have I got enough telekinetic force to finish the job that he half did and threw the chair at it?
Don't have experience. You never actually used it this way.
I've only moved up.
Changes to the ball.
A nimble change to an object. Yeah.
Yeah, but you might think that you might be strong enough to lift it. You're not sure how heavy it is.
No, I've got another idea how I can use telekinetic force against it. So, where he's ripped up the seat, where he's managed to get the bits up, the loose bolts, the few bolts and nails that are sticking out.
Yeah, there's gonna
fire
be a
them
penalty,
at it.
definitely. Yeah.
So can I
Right,
shoot? Can I
gonna be a
shoot some
penalty.
nails and bolts at
A
it?
bonus. So you want to uplift that
No.
almost removed chair?
No.
and throw
So
it?
where he has almost removed the chair, I imagine it's like ripped up a bit of metal underneath, and there's bolts sticking out that were in the floor. So all these loose bolts are gonna go flying across the room.
Interesting. It's more like a
So very small projectiles, but sharp.
yeah. Let's see what they can do. Let's see. It's
Like little
use the
darts.
power, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clicking the icon of telekinetic force, basically.
See what I roll first. 45. That's a success.
It was success, barely a success, but a success nonetheless. These things had like a weight of something like yeah, it was very small, so definitely you made it to throw it even with one level of success around 6-7 hexagons. So sure, you got it. How much the damage now is gonna be? We're barely successful, so you're gonna hurt it, but not much. Roll like something like with a simple success is gonna be like a super simple roll, probably nothing much to, but you can roll it nonetheless.
What do you want?
And you realize that the third level of your meta power would enable you to do things that require finesse and acceleration like that in a much greater effect.
Yeah, I would be able to
So you
speed them up
realize you
much
still
more
have
and turn it into
a
more
lot
like a bullet than just a...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just a little ping.
You did just enough. You did something to it. You hurt a bit.
Annoyed it.
Imagine
But
that
you
was the
learned-
killing blow.
You
I've un-
learned much of your meta powers.
I think I've annoyed it. That's about it, Chris, mate.
Anything else from our coach?
He's going to... no, because I could only move. I can't move in and try and grab Tina and move her, can I?
You can move, you can spend your extra action to grab her, and should you be successful, you'll be able to move the rest of her, with the rest of your movement with her on your...
I want to try and pull her
so
out from
something.
underneath this thing. So I'm going to move in,
it's a power, it's a power roll.
make a power roll and try and grab her then. Power. Oh, my power's low.
And you're a retired old man, but
I've only rolled
athletic
it, though.
enough to be able to do it, unless Tina wants to break her concentration and everything that she has been building will be lost. You allow this man and you trust him to move you around that thing.
So she's just
Uh,
like bored stiff, so I just like pick her up like that. And just move her, just gently pick her up by the waist.
It might be in a shock.
Yeah.
Might be in a
Like
shock
like
or
you're grabbing a
something.
mannequin in a shop, exactly. We are moving out of here. Yeah, and I pull her out from underneath
you
it.
take her away a bit, but you most definitely realize that now it has its sights on you. So wherever you go, it will follow. So you might want to leave her somewhere else, not where you go.
Yeah, so I'll drop her over by the door, like over here, and then I'll come back.
Okay, so it definitely has it doesn't have eyes, but it has its tentacles pointing towards you.
No.
And it is Aurora's turn to play.
Okay, I'm gonna activate my pheromone powers. Is that like do I have to wait a minute as well, or do mine just work?
It's your full turn, but it works at least this turn. So it's like not a full minute, it's less. But it will,
I do
you won't be able to move.
Oh, I won't be able to move. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna use all my turn to make my pheromone powers to see if I can detect any weird.
Interesting. So what
No,
you do is you go to your
I
meta
think I know
powers
what's
and
going. I think I know what's going on, but I don't think everyone else would know. I want
yeah,
to see what.
I guess what's happening, but you need to succeed first, so you don't know.
Okay.
You have to go to the meta powers and click on the icon of detect pheromones,
Okay.
and
Up.
ooh, 98. It was a terrible attempt, but you do have
All the
19
destiny.
Fresh destiny.
Hey.
There we go.
That better. He's my destiny, finally.
That was
for
pretty
real
quick.
reason.
Yeah, you've been saving it.
Yeah.
And now, activate
Yeah.
pheromones. So yeah,
do
you
I know
still
it?
need to click one more button, the activate tech
Oh,
pheromones.
okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, for 6 cycles, you detect humans, metanthropes, and articulated increases your manipulation. So I'm gonna give you this buff real quick, which is great. And for 8 cycles, you become consumed by a new maelstrom of information. Because right now you have been able to detecting people around you based on their pheromones, because your pheromones categorize them as human, as if you know the difference between them. But now, for the first time in your life, you detect similar pheromones to your own to other individuals, starting from the girl right next to you, who is kinda about now exiting her
Booming at the
soul.
mouth. That's how she activates her powers. It's like Wolverine! Tongue.
And
Hello.
you see
Ah.
you see many others around the area, but it's kind of chaotic. How about I will require another roll, a free roll of it's perception rather. So let's go with
Okay.
perception, because you're pretty good at it. Super crazy good result.
Let's roll Martin.
Okay, it is the one next to you. On the far right, it is the one wearing that football merch. It's definitely the one person who became a giant. But it's
Yeah, I
also...
didn't need to fucking use my powers for that.
Yeah, we all knew about them.
It's also the elderly person underneath the plant tree. It's also the foot, how do you call it, without feet, without damn it.
Barefoot. The barefoot little
Yeah,
girl.
without the shoes.
Barefoot.
Barefoot, yeah. The barefoot girl next to this old person. And it's also the woman with the device on the balconies. And let me check your range. The full range of your meta power is building. That's all that I can tell you right now. And then, as this was your full turn, a new turn begins, and as you can see, you must roll for initiative again because we enter a new cycle. I will roll for my powerful antagonist.
Oh no. I've rolled better than the bad guy.
I'm gonna change it to something more
I can't
suspenseful.
wait for you to throw a bolt at it.
I know. To tickle it with a nail clippers.
I feel like Chris is the only one who was a battle-ready character based on this fight.
I was thinking about combat with my guy really much, like.
All right, Diego. I think it's your turn, Diego. So
Yeah,
let's say
I
it's your
am
turn.
first.
At least you play first this time.
Yeah. And who's where? I've got.
Bring any protein bars with you? Could you give me one? And maybe that'll give me like 2 health points.
I've got some herbs I can give you. I have one thing that can heal you a little bit. Like
Yeah, no, I mean, I could
avoid
apply
my
some
turn.
sports physio massage on you, mate, but we're not in the middle of a combat, like, that's about my expertise when it comes to that, sports physio. I do have, like, skills in that. I took that as some of my skills is, like, sports science and stuff, but I don't know if I can, if I can use that to heal someone on the spot, can I, John?
Let me double check.
I've got
Have you
sports science
medicine?
and
You
sports
have some
medicine,
medicine.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, if they have like this giant person that has obviously some you know stretched out muscles. And
I've got
torn out-
sports science and human biology.
Yeah, maybe you can help them reduce a condition by one level or something.
Okay, so I will do that. I will plug one of his open wounds, or I will do something. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to heal.
For starters, you run over there and you cross that little girl who seems to be afraid, and she's hiding under a chair and she's going like, "Oh my God, what is that? What is that? What is that?" And then you, for a sudden second, you hear. Wait a second. That's the second cat.
Yeah.
English appearance. Excellent work. They're a bit hungry. Perhaps we can have a pause real soon to feed the cats and have a break. Yeah, it is quite a nice time for a break. So, how about to have a 5-minute break, everyone?
Yep.
Special. All right, see you soon. All right, so let's get back to a suspenseful situation here in game. As Hulk the Sword, Zoro has never been hurt, basically, or something on this planet Earth before. To feel your drop bleeding might be your actual final drops of blood, but right now it's Diego del Toro's turn, who rushes past a scared little girl to go that behind that giant man and maybe find a way to heal him. That little girl seemed quite panicked when he moved next to her, but then Diego is overwhelmed by some flashes of vision. Make me a quick consciousness roll, Diego.
Consciousness.
Free roll. Oh, critical success. Wow. You made it, first critical of the saga. Metanthropes, Anthologies, saga, very first official critical success. I think it is. I don't think we had any critical success.
I think so,
thus
I think
far.
so. 10 levels
So you gain 1
of
destiny
success.
and 10 levels of success. So basically, you become filled with many various flashes of vision. You realize immediately that these visions is coming from that little girl, and that voice that you hear and that things that you listen to, and everything definitely originates from that little girl, who you hear her voice, although her moves, her lips are quivering, seems to be very afraid and panicked. She speaks to you inside your mind with absolute clarity and says, you hear a collective of voices inside your head, old and new, female, male, non-binary, different accents, different mood and mood swings in voices, but all like a whirlwind come and go and flow throughout of the girl's voice as the base of the voice, which says, you have all these gifts, Del Toro, but you choose to act like a human coach. How do you react to these thoughts that you had when you were trying to remember your medicine training to help, but then you realize that this leg that you're watching is not a human leg, it's like giant's leg. You're not sure if this is gonna work or not. Well, you have pretty good stats, and there's a good chance that it will, but
She said to me, sorry, she said, you act like a human what? You act like
coach.
a human coach. Yeah, okay. Can I reply back to her
football
in my
coach.
mind?
Sure thing.
If I
yes.
try, does it work? I'm gonna say, that's what I am, little girl. But if that's what you are.
The voice from your head continues and says that you do have the power to end it now. And you look at the sky, and there is a huge light, huge black light that is standing above the entity right now. And through these whispers, you look at the sky, you see stars for a second, you see a star falling, and then you see the opera again, and then that creature, and then that giant man before you. What's exactly that you do?
So
Strange.
when I have
Strange
this
situation you
I
find
have this revelation from her when she says you can end it all now, and I see this vision of a star fall, and I look up and I see the big chandelier, the big light fixture above this thing's head. I'm gonna use my meta power to drop the thing on the thing. I'm gonna abandon Healing Hawk for now, and as soon as I've got the opportunity, I'm gonna try and drop the chandelier on this thing.
Let's see if you can move something as big as that. You will require for just to pull it, let's say something like it, at least 3 levels of success.
That came off a 0-2. Right, I'm gonna spend some destiny to try and get a better one. Come on.
This is barely, you need 2 of them. This is far
No.
worse.
No. Oh. I'm burning like Chris in character creation now. 1. Got 11 left though, it's fine. Let's go.
That's
4.
a great one.
There you go.
It's enough to dislodge it, and understand that your next level will be telekinetic impact, and it's all going to be about those types of impacts that you unleash through it now. But it's something heavy enough that falls upon it. Let me roll some damage. And tell me if there's anything else that you say or do.
I just look back at the little girl and just remember her saying you can end it all now, and I just look back at the chandelier and attempt to concentrate on the fixtures of it. And
Do you actually tell her you can end it all now?
no, I'm just thinking back to her telling me you can end it all now, and then so I just look at her and give like a nod of like yes I can, like just a silent nod, and then I look back up at the chandelier and try to do the thing.
Okay. Was a powerful attempt, and it will do some damage. Let's go with that real quick. Another base damage to it.
Okay. 17.
It does become quite injured. Green blood is splattering all over the area. It makes some sounds as if it is in pain. And it is its turn to play though.
Oof.
And it will choose to which one was it after? It was after Diego. And definitely it's Diego's turn now to first make me an endurance roll.
Just missed. I'm gonna spend
Just
some
missed.
destiny to try and make it. Oh, I've got to roll a 29 or under. There we go.
Oof.
Okay, much better. You'd receive the damage but not the poison. So, much better than before. And I mean, you're not gonna start coughing blood or anything.
Well, that's good.
But you do smell some foul, strange aromas that you never experienced before. And it's going to crush you with its tentacles, I'm afraid. That's what it wants. But it's
Aha.
in deep pain. It
Aha.
won't be able, but it has... It can yield Destiny Sight as well. Not just the protagonist can.
Oof.
Even less, but it will give everything it have to hurt you.
Oh no.
And it will be successful
Oh, there we
this
go.
time.
Oh, look at those dice.
Oof. Oof.
Jesus. Now you do become diseased. Cannot avoid it. And you do receive mass amounts of damage. Pretty dangerous stuff, I must say. You are maybe in a worse situation. You're definitely coughing blood right now. In the worst situation that maybe you're this giant next to you is.
Oh yeah, look at my health bar. Oh, it's as bad as his.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Wait, it was your turn to play. Then it is its
And then
play,
Tina.
and then it's Tina's. Yes, then it's Tina. Tina Misu. In front of you, there's the door open. There is an usher on the floor picking up their. Actually, it is their hat that's rolling just in front of you, and then he catches it and wears it, and says, "Are you okay?"
Yes. Yes.
And get up.
Can I use my
We need
can I
to
use
get
my
up.
reaction to wipe roll from her face?
A small roleplay, yeah. You don't need to spend any reactions.
Merci. Just a little bit more.
You look around. You hear the crackling of sounds, roots breaking, but also bones breaking, blood spilling left and right. People non-reacting at all. It's a strange sight to behold. But you can see and realize many different energies. Actually, let me double check. You can definitely see the poison. Detection area effects. There are lots of hidden area effects hidden from you, emanating from some certain characters. If you make me a free awareness roll, well, with an awareness roll I can tell you which characters have actually more effects. Aha. It's definitely the old man and the young girl over here, this duetto. There is well, you can't really taste all that far. Let me see your taste the atmosphere. What is the range of it? Guess it's equal to your range of the your sense. And right now, it's really limited to very, very close areas. But let me tell you that with this meta power, you will have a remote taste. You'll be able to taste remoting. But right now, you can see those clouds and you've seen where they are. But well, let me give you that. There's no. Actually, this is the only cards I can tell you right now. I'm sorry. That's it. Let's go. All right,
Okay.
Brew. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna leave the room.
Might be wise.
To try and get up to the balcony area.
As you saw it when you were entering, you can move your character. As long as that you have green hexagons, you can move. You can move also more than green to yellow. If you do a double move, that's your total movement. So as long as it's green or yellow, you can move freely. You go outside, you enter the area, and you will try to find the vantage point. And yes, you've entered yellow. It's all fine. So you can move as much as it is yellow. When it's not yellow, you cannot move anymore. So you hear here running, toop, 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 up, up, up. There you go. That's your double movement. And that's pretty much about
Yep.
it for
Yep.
Tina. And last but not least in this initiative order is Hulk. Battered and bruised, injured and beaten, but alive and not yet broken.
Is he the
Aurora.
last one?
Yeah, no, Aurora's not had
Because
her
I've not
turn.
been yet.
Wait, Aurora.
Oh yeah, you should have gone before me.
Oh, something happened with this initiative order. Okay, it's Aurora's turn, and then we're gonna jump to Hulk. Sorry, Hulk. Not just your turn. It's Aurora first.
Okay.
Aurora.
I'm gonna use now my pheromones are up. So you told me because of my powers that the Ushers got special powers too, right? I can tell that.
Yeah. Right next
Right,
to you.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, they produce this different type of pheromones that correctly, as far as you know, indicate that who is a Metanthrope, who's a human.
So I'm gonna. Yeah. So because my pheromones are up, it says that I can I can concentrate them on someone and make my words more appealing. So can I concentrate my pheromones on the Usher to ask them to do something?
I'm afraid you don't have that special meta powers just yet.
Okay.
You can just detect the pheromones right now. You don't control the pheromones, and you don't manipulate them.
Okay. Can I just use normal thing to try and tell them to do something?
You can push your limits and try with a penalty on the roll, but usually you cannot do something that's on a different level. But you can push your limits and see
I
what
know,
you
I'm
do.
just gonna ask them to do something like you would, but as authoritatively as I can. So so I'm not trying to do anything special, but yeah. Was that just
what do you have in mind? Maybe with a manipulation roll and a extra.
Yeah,
action
like
check or
I just want.
something?
Yeah, all I'm going to ask them is to go and help the people that are bleeding. So it's a reasonable thing to do,
Reasonable
unless
request.
they're evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I'm trying to get a first aid kit type of situation. So that's all I'm trying to ask them.
Do you think it's reasonable to run into a fight with a giant cephalopod to try and administrate?
Yeah.
He's He is working. He or she is getting paid.
Yeah, they're on minimum wage. They can.
No. It says at the bottom of the contract, other things may be asked of as required, including tentacle beasts.
Your job
throw me-
duties may
throw me
change.
Like a manipulation roll, like a simple manipulation
Okay.
roll.
Now, Martin, you score loads of destiny. Oof. You have to use more than that.
Do one more, and that's my.
No,
that's
come
it,
on,
otherwise
don't
it
be
just didn't
miserable.
work.
Oh, you're gonna need to do one more.
Okay, I'll just do one more. I'll just copy you and Chris.
Come on. Yeah.
There you go, look at that.
Much better.
I'll stick with a 31 to see if they listen to my request.
Yes. You're absolutely right, Miss Charming. We must get the women and the children out first, and proceed to go inside and help people, as it seems.
Okay, well, that's good. Try to help them. So that's just my action, right? I still have like movement and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. I tried my best to help you guys, but I don't want to get killed, so I'm going to run after Tina. But I will look out for a first aid box on the way, in case there's one stuck to the wall, on the off chance.
Okay, let's find Tina then.
That was a lot of words for her. Run away.
You can go with again with the following the green hexagons, and
I
yep,
tried
you
to
can
help,
go
but
through
my
there.
powers are shit. My powers are shit apart from detecting things. So I think Tina got stuck. Sorry, Aurora got stuck behind the door, maybe.
Yeah. The only way that you can go is throughout over here and going through the stairs in the beginning and.
Oh yeah, it's the stairs.
Around.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I can see.
These.
As long as it's yellow, you can move. So Hulk, you are getting ready, and you kinda know. There you go, Aurora. You see the other woman, Tina. If you heard her name, moving. She's a bit ahead of you, but you're getting close to her. And now it's part of Hulk. See if you survive or not.
Okay. So does my disease has that already like taken points off me? Has it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes
So
your
weird.
rolls worse, so
Oh,
it
just
has an
makes my
ongoing
rolls
effect. Yeah.
It's automated on your
Thought
sheet
it was
as well.
maybe like poison. It was gonna take health points off me. Right. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but to try to attack the big fucking goo monster because no one else can do it.
Yeah, mate. You need to.
All right. So I'm gonna just try and generally just smack this thing.
Oh no.
I'm feeling that. Would it even be easier? Hold on, let's see. Is that easier? Oh no. No. Oh. Does the big massive monster slug thing look like it's got like holes in it? The tentacles?
It has some things, yeah, which are like holes.
Okay. Shall I tell you what I'm planning on trying to do?
Yes,
You
please.
say it in like so YouTube will record it.
Yeah, so I want to use my extra action to shrink and go inside the monster and fight it from the inside.
Okay, let's go with a shrink now size instead of the.
Doing that Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I love it.
By
Do
the way,
tiny-
you have.
do the tiny man voice as well. You got to do the little man voice.
So now you're tiny. So now you're like, let's something like that. Whee!
Yes.
You're actually much more than that, but we need to be able to see you.
Yeah.
As the level 3, actually, level 3 makes you much smaller than level 1 does.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you would go with level 3 instead.
Yeah.
And let's give the same result. So now you are actually, let's see, lightened and shrunken. Let's see if you're faster or you're a bit yeah, you don't move as much as you were before, obviously.
Don't have the giant
so
strides
you're trying
anymore.
to go inside it, this entity.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say it has quite a many holes, and give me a perception roll to figure out which
Butthole.
the best hole to enter.
Butthole!
Oh, you have so much pain and disease. It's so difficult. You need like 30%.
I never would have made that. I got 18.
Do we hear any reaction from this tentacle creature as if he's going in the wrong hole?
Nobody has really any idea. What Diego del Toro witnesses is watching the giant becoming very, very small, something like a mouse, and then climbing and then doing something like that, not very sure, then jumping into a hole inside that thing.
Nice.
And now we start again with the same initiative order, and it is Diego that starts once again.
Well, the big giant guy that was going to try and heal is no longer there in front of me.
Yep.
I'm going to try to run away over towards these. Oh yeah, I've got enough movement.
It's a bit meta-gamey, but because I'm really small now, could he like use his telekinetics to like push me?
Fire
But
you as a
it's not
projectile
his
inside
idea
it.
right now, and
I know, but I just
and,
just
but in the future, when you have laid down tactics of how to combat your meta powers as a coalition most effectively, I will allow crazy shenanigans like that. But yeah, it's an interesting way to use those abilities. But for now,
I'm going to move to here. I don't want
yeah.
So I'm going to
Can see you actually. Where
I'm
are
going to
you?
telepathically, telekinetically throw the canvas, the picture that's on the wall. But I'm going to rip it down, because I don't want people to like see me using my powers as much as possible. So I'm going to try and look like I'm ripping it off the wall and throwing it. So I'm going to grab one of these and just throw it, and then use my telekinetic push to... What I want to try to do is wrap up the monster. It's like a canvas.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to try and like...
let's start with the
tie it up.
telekinetic force. And let's see the result. How many results it will take. I'm guessing this cardboard thing is not super heavy. So it's not going to be a difficult roll. But you need to be successful.
9 destiny, let's go.
This
we go.
disease is very... Oh, you made it! So you activate the telekinetic force, and it's 2 levels of success.
I'm trying to wrap it up.
Sorry?
Trying to wrap the thing, like... Stop it from being able to use its
session.
tentacles. No, I'm trying to wrap the thing.
The thing.
Yeah,
the
like
thing.
wrap it like a blanket.
Actually, where are we with the time limit?
I'm good. I don't have one. later for you than me.
That's true. But how about we, like a half an hour still for everyone? Is that okay?
Fine for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to wrap up the session. I'm trying to wrap up the monster with this
Yeah.
with this canvas
but
thing.
I just realized that theoretically we are on time. Okay. So let's think. With 2 levels of success, you're not powerful enough to move it really. But let me tell you what, I can use it as a fine distraction to whatever this little man that just entered its hole can do. Like give him like a 20% bonus to whatever he's attempting.
Even a little bit of distraction would be nice. I mean, I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to hurt it by throwing this fabric at it. I'm trying to just confuse it, wrap it up a little bit, like annoy it. Running out of things to throw at it.
It will definitely help the next one. It will be much occupied.
Maybe metagaming,
Right
but
now.
there's a little girl next to you could throw it to.
Sure thing, but right now this entity is completely does not care about any other little girl, the thing that's upon it, but it would rather climb over here. It will make a power roll as his extra action. He's a little bit in pain and stuff, but it's very successful, and it gracefully climbs these balconies with his long tendrils, circling all the corridors and stuff. And then, who was running over here? As Tiramisu is running, when is the first door? The first door is over here. You actually see bits of roots and tentacle and thing coming out of the wall of something massive landed over here, and it definitely scares you. You were scared before, probably. Tina had the condition, right? Yes, you were very terrorized, and now probably you scream out loud out of fear. And what else it will try to do? It will continue in trying to terrorize you by destroying the wall altogether, but no, it's a bit too much. It's just stuck over there, a bit like a few tentacles passed on the other way. And now it's Tina's side to play.
I will continue onward to the door for the balcony, and then once I open the door, I want to see if that lady is still there and what her demeanor is, or if she's doing anything.
Excellent. Show me that you still have the move. As I can see, with this is an easy move. You open the door, you step aside, still green, so you can still do your main action. That woman is definitely nonchalant there, meaning that she's sitting on the side with maybe her legs are like this one, they're like wrapped one upon another, hanging on the chaos of the battle underneath. You just see this huge alien plant thing, crawling and web crawling, and that woman seemed completely indifferent. But once you enter with a sort of a haha type of movement, she seemed to be doing something. Maybe make a perception roll, because she would try to, end whatever it was, what she was doing.
I will spend Destiny.
Destiny is still on your side.
Let's go.
Yes, and you actually see a 3D, like a blueprint, fully animated, but without like monochromatic version of that tree, as part of a projection, of a hologram projection of this device. And she made that notion when you enter the room, and it was suddenly disappearing, but you were sure with 3 level success it was the same thing that it was portraying the device, and the thing that's crawling next to you on the balconies right now. What else do you do with your turn, Tina?
After seeing this, I will try to snatch the device and potentially table flip her over the railing.
Okay, there's
Pretty weak.
like 2
The
different things that you want to do right now. You could try both of them with a multi-action, but the first is that you want to snap the disc, so it's like a reflexes roll. The other one's more like a power roll that you want to throw another person from the balcony. So whichever is it the most.
Go for the device, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
will
could
try
probably
and
get a better
snatch the
chance with that.
device.
Okay, let's make a VS reflexes roll.
Go on, Tina.
Roll openly. You are faster than her right now. You don't need to spend actually anything. And she did react. She was like, you're gonna take my phone, but you're actually fast enough. And this tasting of the atmosphere that you have activated made you rush and actually you grab this device in your hands. What do you do with it?
Do I comprehend kind of how to use this device by looking at it? Like, is there like an obvious on-off switch or stop the
quite
squid?
intuitive. I'm trying to figure out if you have any action slots left, but it actually requires movement to be used. Let me double check it. So let me tell you how much movement it might require. 10 of your movement, like all of your movement, it requires to be actually used. But what you can see with part of your movement is that, just spent one of my movement a second, and it kinda super intuitive, super intellectual, kinda takes me to the menu that I wanted to go. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it's pretty amazing. The woman says, excuse you, this device is under my protection.
Okay. Well, I don't really have any action left. It's just movement and roleplay, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Awkward silence.
I'm gonna
That's
run
it.
away.
Run away.
I'm afraid that you can run up to the green hexagons because you couldn't do a double move because you actually made an action.
Yeah, I wanted to
So,
leave the room.
You leave, but don't you really leave very far. You just go outside the door or something. Let's go to the next one. On the other side of the corridor lies Aurora, running, trying to find that new woman that she met. Was in a shock earlier. But she's a Metanthrope herself.
Did I see that altercation between Tina and this woman up here?
No, but she might see the tentacle coming out of the side of the wall, might hear the whooping sound, and you might hear some talking over here when you reach, and then you see Tina Misu exiting the area with a device on her hand. Actually, you recognize the device. It is the device that you saw before.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something because you keep talking about trees and stuff, and I can kind of talk to trees and plants. So can I activate my other power? I think that one does take a minute. Plus, I kind of want to do it
both
for
of them-
Tina.
Both of them do not allow you to move while you activate
That's
them.
fine. That's fine.
So
I want
next
Tina to watch
round.
me go down. Oh, okay. I've already moved. Guess I'll just have a little chat with Tina, see if she's doing alright. No, can I? Was there like any fire alarms on the way? Because I would have pulled it or smashed it to try and set the fire alarm off.
I don't see any. Maybe you didn't saw. You're not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything else. Yeah, I'll just go and chat with Tina, see if she's okay. I'll tell you what. I'll get my cell phone out and see if I can, if it's working. Like I can call like 999.
Yeah, there's no signal coming out.
Gonna talk to Tina about boys. I'll be like, hey, so dating anyone?
Completely useless.
Yeah, it's gonna hang out.
Girl talk.
Next to Tina. Have a chat. Yeah. I mean, I guess, can I ask her what's going on? Because we'd have a chance to talk, right? If I'm using this as like, so it's like, what have you been doing?
I don't know.
Do you like big monsters? Like,
No.
What's that weird thing in your hand that's like glowing?
I do not know. This woman, she has this device. Looks weird.
Could I do any roll to see if I know anything about this phone? Like, has it got like any weird sigils on it? Like, does it just look like a phone? Like, is there any?
Make me
is there anything my
great.
character can do? Like, is there anything?
You can make a creativity roll. Right click it and add 10 bonus.
Okay, let's see how this goes. So creativity and 10 bonus, right? Okay.
Yep.
Come on.
You got a success.
Okay, this is a success. All right, what I can tell you, this has nothing to do with anything spiritual, you reckon. It is purely technological, so it requires a perk-like operation to fully use, unless someone is very, very lucky when it uses whatever that
Like,
is.
Tina, I'm really smart. It's a phone. It's some form of device.
It's a
That's-
digital device.
Yeah, it's
Do
not
know
a
to
rock.
use it.
It's not a rock. It's a device.
It's not a
I hope
book.
that was enough help. It's not a book. It's not a rock. It's definitely a form of device. Yeah, maybe so that's all my turn. Next turn I'll activate my other power, but yeah, that's it. I'm done.
We could throw it.
Smash the thing.
I mean, I think you should smash it, and I'm gonna use my other plant talking power next time to see if I can talk to any local plants that might know about devices. Because plants are pretty smart, so
We're the worst superheroes.
I'm trying.
Nobody
I'm flicking.
aspires to be us.
I'm flicking thumbtacks at it.
well, if this is tongue, that means my name is like smell, because that's my power, right?
Let's get back inside that thing where little Hulk lies right now, who is actually bleeding to death, so you might see blood coming out of your nose and your hands while inside an alien
Grim.
plant or something.
So, my cunning plan is to run deeper within this beast, as deep as I can, where I'll be kind of central. Okay? And then I'm gonna make myself big again.
Yes.
The infamous test. We want to see how this thing works in my game. Finally, someone does it. The infamous strategy. Let's see if it works for starters.
Yes.
So let's
Chris.
see.
reason- The reason that I am going to do this is because I'm literally on my last legs and I might die anyway. So
you do have a plus 20 bonus from your friend earlier who shook this thing up. So the first roll that I want you to do is like you will choose which one of the two rolls will have the bonus, okay? The first one is a
Okay.
perception roll, and it requires finding the perfect place inside it to unleash yourself, because you never wandered inside one of
The
those
sweet
things
spot.
before. And
The
the other
G-spot.
one is to activate the meta power grown successfully once inside.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be multi-action. One of them will be the extra action, the other the main. So you don't need to multi-action it. Go with your best result, but you will choose the bonus, which one is going to have it.
So
That
2 levels
roll.
of success on finding it. On the
2 level success with the perception. So yeah, you probably find you navigate yourself towards the center. Has more roots, has some steam that's been produced that is also icky and slimy at places. You find many weird sensations, but you also find maybe a place that is the trees, the roots are not so thick and are much more vulnerable. And let's see the activation of the meta power.
Oh. Well,
Found the sweet
4
spot and
levels
just
of success.
settled
I
there.
think something bad might happen. Let me double
yeah.
check to grow.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
grow,
received
or
you received the condition fatigue. It's a pretty serious condition, level 2. This means that let me double check real quick. But there's a chance of you're not able to do some things. Fatigue 2. You cannot attempt focused actions or extra actions until you rest.
No
Boom,
extra
your power
actions.
just been shut off.
Oh,
wow.
it's his meta power only
They-
activated with an extra action, so he now can't use it. He's got no extra actions.
Yeah, that fatigue screwed him up pretty bad. He's very close to dying, and yeah,
Well.
we're gonna play one more turn and see who lives, who dies. Whatever the case may be, this action scene will conclude. So one more turn. Give it your best.
Decent.
Okay. As you
One-
can see on the Metanthropes actions in chat, it says all the relative information to the beginning and end of rounds and which condition take place, such as fatigue right now.
Martin,
Where's cycle 3?
initiative.
Yeah. Our Aurora Charming hasn't clicked the icon yet.
Yeah, it's a new initiative,
oh, sorry,
Martin.
do I have to, oh, sorry, I didn't realise. Alright, I didn't know it was a new
Yeah,
round.
every two rounds it's a new initiative.
Yeah. And now
Decent.
it begins with Diego.
Right.
So maybe Diego, yeah.
So I'm gonna try to hinder the things climbing, and so where it's like holding on to the banister or the light or something, I'm gonna dislodge it, and I'm gonna try to drop the thing on the floor to try and knock it loose from where it is, from where it's sitting. Even if I try and bust out a couple of wooden supports from the balcony that it's on or something.
How about you make a perception roll with your extra action, and then you can focus your mind whatever you want.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So perception to try and find something. $57, I needed a 56, right? I'm using the destiny. Oh, I'm going to use another one. There we go.
Okay. With just.
Oh no, I need a 30. I need a 36. Shit.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna give you something because with the failure, you still see that light that you dislodged and used earlier might be your best hope for some projectile damage or something.
Yeah, okay, so just gonna try and pick up again the light that was on the floor that I hit it with earlier.
So yeah,
and just throw it at the thing.
Make your best roll right now.
Telekinetic force.
Definitely not your best.
Definitely not my best. That'll do.
But it's much better. So
Let's
with
pick it up.
2 levels of success, let me double see. Where's your character, by the way, on the grid? I cannot really
Up here.
locate Diego right now. Where are you?
Top. Up on the stage.
Ah, you're on the stage. I'm on the stage right now. Okay. So let's see how the weight was around
And I'm near death.
here. Yes, you're near death, unfortunately. So let's say it's hexagons, three hexagons. So you have 2 levels success, 6 hexagons. It is a good distance enough. Let's say that you can hit it actually. And again, you don't have the power to create powerful impacts yet, but you are capable of doing something to it. Not something extraordinary, but still something. I'm gonna give you something to click on chat.
I might even knock it down as well, though.
Maybe there wasn't enough levels of success to allow something cool like that to happen. But it was enough to cause some damage, so maybe roll that. And will be some damage received.
13 damage.
Not enough to end it, most definitely. And now Hulk plays maybe his last round. No, he had like 2 more couple of rounds to go before he actually bleeds to death. So what's it gonna be?
And you've got no extra action.
Well, I've got no extra actions and no meta power, so I'm just gonna stay in here and punch him from the inside, because that's all I can do.
Are you still tiny?
He's tiny.
I'm tiny.
It's gonna feel like indigestion.
I'm in the inside. I'm in the weak roots. You know.
Yeah, let me give you actually the proper attack. I have it somewhere. Core, Metanthropes, possessions.
I don't.
Strikes, mega power strikes.
I thought it was just the normal strike.
Well, your damage can do something to it, so you can run this shrunken strike to hit it. 94 is a terrible attack. With 6th level, no. You slip in a gorge of its own acidic slimes inside. You hit the air, the mighty blow, but it didn't find anything. You're striking for your life there. Only a few turns before you die from bleeding. What's it gonna be, Chris?
Inside the thing. Inside the thing. Oh no. Not like this.
I've kind of like I've played all my last cards here. Like all I can do is run away. And
Try and
even
get
at
back
that,
out.
I'm not even gonna. It took me 2 turns to get into the fucking
you're
thing.
gonna have to escape the corridors inside it to find its stomach or wherever you are. So it's gonna take some time to exit it.
Could we say, because I've got myself to this like perfect route system, that there's like, you know, an exhaust pipe like system that I'll just slip straight through, you know, in one turn?
Found the butthole.
Straight out the arsehole.
There are some. I think you've spent all your slots right now.
Oh yeah,
I think you did.
because all I did was strike. You know,
Yeah.
that's the other movement.
And you don't have an
So
extra
you
action.
still have your extra movement, but cannot perform any extra movements until you sleep.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's
So basically, I don't think you can do anything else right now.
no.
But maybe you can
apology.
hope that this young vlogger, no stranger to cell phones, will save your life with this device that they hold in their hand. So Tina and Aurora outside. What's happening? What's doing? It's Tina's turn.
Above the table, I'm debating whether to throw it or try and use. I don't think either are going to be great for this moment.
Why don't you try and use it, and then if it doesn't work, I could smash it.
Because
think
what
I'm the
you
last
gained
one
from
to
it
go.
was that we have to have operation, which mine's a big 0.
Yeet. Smash it.
It's very...
What? So I have 2 in academics, but I couldn't. That doesn't translate at all to using this device because it's foreign and.
No, it's only operation that helps the situation. You do have many foreign languages that you can know, academics,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I think
philosophy and stuff like that, but not how to operate a futuristic device. I'm afraid.
Okay, if I try and use it, it's gonna be a percentage.
It's gonna take your whole turn and a very difficult roll. To be fair.
Can I help her in any way? Can I team up to solve it?
You can definitely spend my reaction to uplift her with my manipulation. If it's successful, she can have a bonus.
Okay,
there.
I'll use my reaction. To
Okay,
help you.
give me a manipulation to actually, and every level of success that you have, we're gonna translate directly to her and roll as a bonus.
Okay.
So definitely you need a good manipulation, a really motivational speech.
Next time you use that Destiny, you
good.
saved Martin to get a good one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No,
Come
50, I'm happy
on.
with that. It's a success.
Get some
I'm
levels
happy.
of success in there. You have to help her.
Nah, I'm happy
It's
with
not-
what I.
It's like a motivational speech written from an AI or something. It's like
Oh,
just
wow.
a motivational.
Yeah.
It's
Read
the
off
right
my
words.
powers.
You can
The
do
right words, but
it.
not the.
Yeah, you can
So
do it
what
or
do
something.
I need to roll?
Well, you will have like a 5% bonus. Well, I will give you 5%.
Manipulation?
And no, it's creativity.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
afraid. So
Even
it
worse.
might even not be your area of expertise.
I need a 41. I'm gonna
think
spend.
you
I'm gonna
can
spend
actually
50.
try to. Let me actually give you the device on your character sheet.
Oh,
You deserve it. You actually stole it from an NPC. Congratulations. but it might not be super easy as I'm seeing it right now. Maybe QP you can make that transference, but it would have been the same roll. So so it's okay. You're trying
Come
your
on,
best.
Tina. Come on, Tina.
Many
4
80
destiny
something.
left.
Actually, there is
There we
almost
go.
80 year old.
Hey.
3 level success. The thing is, you can barely make it work. But let's say that if you could do something, one basic thing, what would that be?
Turn it off.
Shut it down, something like shut
Yeah.
it down. I think you were creative enough to see what she did before and what she did when she didn't actually close it, but you entered the room. So you want to do whatever she did, and it with the help of this and there, maybe it briefly shuts it down. So for a second, maybe Hulk listens to like a machine basically shutting down, like an organism stop being organic or something. It's very, very strange what's happening. But you realize it's gonna take like many years to being able to actually use this device with your current ways of learning, at least.
Calling me
It's a
dumb?
device on the future. No, it's a device on the future. Futuristic device.
It's like handing a caveman an iPhone.
Mhm.
You know, it's
I
going to
think
take them
you
many
should be
years
you
to
should
figure
be
out how to
offended by
even
that.
turn it on.
Listen, my toddler picked up how to use a phone in like 2 days flat.
Our
I
kids
got
are different these days. Yeah, you can do it.
So I can't shut it off, or it does.
You briefly you did something. Maybe I can't really give you everything, but you did something and you hear the sound like you got something behind you, like the next room. Was it enough? I cannot really tell.
Okay, and did that count as a focused action?
No, that wasn't the focused action. It was your main action.
Okay, then I'm gonna hand it to Aurora,
Aurora, it's up to you then.
and I'm gonna walk
Right.
back out, and I'm gonna punch this chick.
Really? Well, you're out of action slots, I think.
This is stupid.
The main thing was to operate this. The second one was to the other thing that you succeed, and now you can't really.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just act like
spend your reaction or something to throw the device on her or something.
No, I'll just stand here and be like a barricade for this chick, so she can't get to Aurora and the device.
Okay. Let's get back to Aurora. What is Aurora's turn and actions?
Okay. So this is the last. This is like the last turn, right? This is it. Like no other turns after this.
Who knows? But at least 2 of you will die. So,
No, because
no pressure.
I
no
think
pressure.
my power takes a whole turn to work. So if the tree thing isn't any use, then I've already wasted like a turn. So this is it, right? There's not like another round after this?
It's do or die
Okay, so
time,
there's
basically. Yeah.
Okay, great.
But you can't know
No, no,
what result will have the activation of a power that has to do with 3. So it might work a lot more than you think. So what I'm saying is they're not bad ideas. Unfortunately, they are bad rolls, and I cannot control them. Only you can with your destiny.
Okay.
But it depends on what you want to do.
Use all your
Yeah.
fucking destiny.
Aye. Use it.
I'm not. Yeah, that went well for you two, didn't it? So no. I might just go home, get a takeaway, go back to the yoga studio. I'll be fine. The opera was shit. I'm never going again. I mean, I guess. And what's the Usher doing? Because I told the Usher to go and help people. So did he not help the people that I was trying to get him to help? Has anyone has he helped anyone get out? Because I did roll success, right?
You can't see from where you are, to be fair.
Okay.
Suppose
the
you can
device
go over
is-
the balcony and check.
So the device is Tina briefly turned it off, but it's on again now, right? I guess.
Something, yeah, that's what you catch, yeah.
Okay. I guess all I can think of is threatening that woman to do shit. That's all I can think of to get her to yeah. I'm gonna tell Tina to basically cut a bitch unless she deactivates the phone thing. So I guess is that a manipulation roll?
It is. Is it to motivate Tina or to convince that lady yourself?
Well, yeah, it's to convince the woman to
Okay. Manipulation in theory versus her willpower. So let's say that you go at the edge of the sea to be able to look at her at least. If you're gonna
yeah.
shout at her.
But just a straight. Do I get any bonuses because Tina's there looking menacing?
Let me give you then that.
Drooling aggressively.
And we've got the phone. And we've got the phone as well. So
You got the phone. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm gonna give you a 25% bonus.
okay.
It's a good
Oh,
bonus.
cool! And I didn't realize. I'm interested. So, because I've got my pheromones working, my manipulation's gone up. It says I'm more articulate, so it's giving me some
Truly,
extra numbers.
you already been buffed.
cool.
Yeah, you already been buffed.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Okay, so you said 25.
Yeah, right. Play 25. Let me double check. But your manipulation base is now your total is 59. So it's a pretty good roll. 4 levels of success. That's pretty good.
Naughty.
And let's see something about the system. I'm gonna roll openly. Ooh, same exact.
With the willpower score of 105%.
Yeah. But needed 64. Okay, I'm gonna say it's enough for that woman to be convinced and to say what she says, and will those two protagonists survive their bleeding effects, and why they were being summoned at this strange opera house are all questions that will be answered in the second episode of Metanthropes Anthologies. I have been your host, narrator John. Thank you to Oliver for bringing us all together and producing this episode. And have a great summer vacations, everyone. I know I'm gonna be off for a few weeks, so we're gonna return later this August with the episode 2 of the Anthologies series.
Amazing.
Thank you for playing, everyone.
Amazing. Bravo, John. Bravo, guys. That was amazing. So, find out what happens in 4 weeks. We're playing again in 4 weeks, right?
Something like it, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Something like it.
Okay. Well, viewers, thanks for watching. That was episode 1 of Anthologies Metanthropes. I'm Alex Oliver, and this is the gang. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.